Hi everyone, it's Morgan again. I am going to do the Playing With Your Emotions tag today, made by Raylene or Padfoot and Prongs 07, and I'm just going to jump right into it. The book that made me feel happy, my first thought was Anna and the French Kiss by Stephanie Perkins, because it's just a book that makes me feel completely giddy. I love the romance in the book, I love the setting. I just really thoroughly enjoyed this book, and it's one that I'm actually wanting to reread, which isn't, I don't normally reread books very often. Harry Potter is kind of the only ones I've ever reread, just because there's so many other books that I want to read. It's hard for me to go back and reread one, but I definitely am going to be doing that with this soon. But the other one that I kind of thought of was Howl's Moving Castle. It's by Diana Wynne Jones. This is kind of more because of the movie too. Them together is just something that just makes me really happy. It's a movie that I watch when I'm really upset, and this is a book that I've not necessarily read the whole thing through again, but just picked it up and read certain parts just because it makes me so happy. And if you watch the movie, it's by Hayao Miyazaki. I think I already said that, or maybe not, but it's an anime movie and it's really good, so you should check it out. Christian Bale is one of the voices, Billy Crystal is one of the voices. It's really good. So that was what makes me feel happy. And then what makes me feel sad, this one was kind of hard for me to pick because I don't read that many sad books, but the one I ended up picking was The Time Traveler's Wife, because I absolutely loved this book, but because the romance was so strong and I really liked it, but it just was so sad to me, like what they had to go through, and the ending was really sad. But I really enjoyed this book, but it's probably one of the sadder ones I've read. The Fault in Our Stars I haven't read yet, which is on my to-be-read shelf, but it's something that I'm going to read soon, and if I had already read it, I'm sure that would be the one I would pick. But for the third one, Angry, I actually don't have it anymore because that's how angry it makes me. I gave away the whole series. I read the original 4 Vampire Diaries books a long time ago and then decided to read the new Return series that came out a while back. And so the first one was okay, the second one was really good because I'm a Damon fan, and then the third one was awful. It's called Midnight. I just thought it was so bad. The end, I found out, wasn't even what the ending was supposed to be. The author wanted it to be something different, but then the publisher didn't want it to go that way because they didn't think it would be as successful of an ending, or I don't even know, as the other one or as liked. It just makes me so mad that they made her change it, because I would have liked the other ending so much better. I hated the way it ended. I just didn't like that they made an author change something, and then now there's a ghostwriter writing other Vampire Diaries books because they're not letting her write it anymore, and when she signed her original contract, she, I guess, didn't realize that they could do that with her books and her characters. I think that's crazy. But anyway, so the next one, if you can't tell, that book makes me really angry and like that whole situation, so sorry. But then the next one is nostalgic, and like everyone else, Harry Potter was the first thing that came to my mind. Anytime I pick this up and reread it or watch the movies, I just re-enter that world, and I just absolutely love it. I love the characters, I love how everything comes together in the end. I just think this is one of the best series ever, and I absolutely love it. Another book series that it made me think of was either the Boxcar Children or even Magic Tree House series. I loved those different series when I was younger. So those make me feel nostalgic. And then the book that I picked for Scared, it's maybe something I wouldn't pick now if I reread it, because I read it when I was in 8th grade, but it's something that really scared me then. It's my favorite book by Nicholas Sparks for sure. It's called The Guardian, and it's about a girl who is dating this guy and then realizes that she's always had feelings for her husband's best friend, and her husband dies. Like, you don't even ever meet him. He's like, has died already at the very beginning of the book. And so she starts to date him. Well, the guy that she was originally dating ends up becoming a stalker, and it's like pretty creepy, and I had to stay up and like finish certain parts because I had to like find out if she was going to be okay, because it was just one of those kinds of books. And I really actually want to reread this one too, just because it's been so long since I've read it, and I remember really enjoying it. So for Scared, I picked The Guardian by Nicholas Sparks. Again, I don't like sad. I don't read very many scary books, so that's why mine is kind of not so scary. It's not a Stephen King or anything. But my next one is Surprised, and I picked this book because I hadn't really ever heard of it. I knew the author had another series, but I'd never read it, and it's just something I wasn't expecting to be as good as it was, or for me to like it as much as I did, and that's Soulbound by Heather Brewer. And the series is called Legacy of Trill, but the book is actually called Soulbound. And she also wrote the Chronicles of Vladimir Todd, and I don't know if anyone's ever heard of that series, but it's supposed to be good as well. But this one is so good. I really liked the plot. I really liked the main character. I just thought it was, and it's kind of like Vampire Academy in the sense that she's a really strong female lead who wants to fight for herself and stand up for herself and her family. And I just really, really liked that. And so this is a really good book if you haven't read it. And then the next one I don't have either. I also gave this one away. It's If I Stay. Fondman, I think is the last name. I can't remember her name. Maybe it's like Gail or something. Sorry, I can't remember her name, but it's If I Stay, which is a pretty well-known book. I felt it was most disappointing for me just because everyone always talks about it and like says it's so good, and so when I picked it up, I was kind of late to pick it up, and so everyone had already been talking about it. And it just wasn't what I was expecting. It wasn't as epic as I thought it was going to be because I was just expecting to be so moved by it. And I just didn't really like it that much. So that was what I picked for most disappointing. And then Distressed, I picked the Maximum Ride series, and then this is the first one, The Angel Experiment by James Patterson. I just think that this whole series is kind of just distressing because every chapter, which his chapters are so short, normally end in like a huge cliffhanger or something like crazy just happens. And so you have to keep reading, and I just feel like that's how most of his books are, but this series specifically I just really, really loved, and I'm so excited to read the next one that has just come out. And so for the last one is Confused, and I picked this book because I'm just confused why other people like it so much. The sequel comes out August 28th for people who are wondering, but the reason why I've waited this long to read it, because I just recently read it like last month, is because everyone had said like it's so good, but you're gonna have to reread it before the sequel comes out because it was a year and a half in between the sequel and this first one for some reason. But so I just read it last month, like preparing for the sequel, thinking I was gonna love it, and I just don't get why people liked it. It was Nevermore by Kelly Creech. I won't be picking up the second one. I didn't, like, the main girl character was okay. The main guy character I didn't get. Like, I don't get why he's supposed to be handsome, or like why anyone is supposed to want to pick him. I know it sounds so rude, but I just didn't get it. I've never read any Edgar Allan Poe stuff, so maybe that's why I just didn't really like this series or this book. But I just didn't really feel like there was a connection ever made between the two main characters. All of a sudden it was just like insta love, and I just didn't really get it. I didn't really like it, but everyone else seems to love it, so if you liked it, that's great. It just wasn't for me, I guess. But so that's it for the Playing With Your Emotions tag. Sorry I didn't have some of the books, but I guess I'm done. But I'm still currently reading The Throne of Glass, and it's really, really good. It's definitely like gotten even better, and I thought the beginning was really well written and was really intriguing. So I'm just excited to keep reading it. I'm hoping to finish that by the end of this weekend. I have a lot of things going on this weekend, so I don't think I'll have time to finish it until Sunday. But hopefully I finish that soon, and then I can get a review up and then do a bookshelf tour. So yeah, I hope you all enjoyed this, and I will see you all next time.